Look, it's number 4. We have the same lineup. It's not like we're recording these in batches. No, not at all.
Of course not. We've all had loads of fun.
Yeah, we're just wearing the same clothes as last week because, continuity. Well, you guys can't see clothes anyway, but, still.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'll start this now.
Yeah, now that you made it awkward.
Again, goals. So, we're going to go over games that we either were disappointed in, we didn't like, or that something around those lines.
I'll lead off if that's okay with you guys.
Go ahead.
The Destiny series.
Oh God, I wish they were better.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the games. I enjoyed the playstyle. I enjoyed the character classes and the storylines. It's just ultimately when it came down to it, I felt I didn't get my money's worth. Like the zones and the areas needed to be twice the size. The DLCs, when we were getting the DLCs for the cost of them, rather than here's a single new map and some new missions that you're running in these old areas. No, give us access to an entirely new planet is what they should have done. It just, I played Borderlands 2 and I stopped for the DLC with Cade. I just wasn't getting my money's worth.
I know, like with Destiny, I agree. Like it was a lot of grind, a lot of backtracking, a lot of repeating in the same place. Like it was, I started playing it with Tammy and another friend of ours, and Chris was going to get it. And Chris asked me about it, and I told him the gameplay and stuff like that. And Chris was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to get it.
I've played a little bit, like I've played maybe 10, 15 minutes of the first game. And I thought it was okay, but that was about it. Like, I didn't get far into it.
The first game, when it came out, opening night, first of all, it was me and 2 other of my friends. We beat the game in 8 hours. The game was beaten. I had achieved the highest level that you could get at the time.
Yeah.
On the first planet, before I even had access to leave the first planet.
Yeah.
And it just became a grind.
Yes, it was a very much grind. And yeah, a lot of people's problems when it came out was the fact that all the story-esque of it was behind freaking cards you had to read online. Instead of actually being really told to you.
Well, like, one of the things is, you've got to find these ghosts as a little collectible thing. Have a little animation play, like, of the last minutes of the ghost or something like that. That would have been cool. You got to try to find these dead ghosts.
It's basically collectibles. They just give you basically, it's like finding a piece of paper inside, like, Resident Evil, except you don't read the piece of paper there. You actually have to go to a site to read the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. Yeah, that was horrible. As for disappointing DLC, the Fallout series, the New World Blues.
I like the old World Blues.
These are the good DLC.
Okay.
The DLC that actually expanded, gave you a new map to play, new spots to discover, new lore, and everything else. Yes, those were the good DLCs. And then we get DLCs like the workshop, which it's just new crap that you can do to spin shit around in your settlement in Fallout 4, and it's like, we want $15 for this crap, and I'm looking at it going, it's not even worth $5.
Yeah.
I don't even classify that as a DLC.
Well,
if you're going to call it a DLC, freaking have content to it.
If we're going to hit up Fallout, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I did not like Vegas.
What, New Vegas?
Yeah. I did not like New Vegas.
New Vegas?
I did not like it.
You know what my problem with New Vegas was?
Well, it was very much glitchy. And
it was very glitchy.
A little bit more than normal. But no, I didn't like the fact that... I think it was just the way that they had set it up, stuff like that. It just... Because it was made by the other company.
Obsidian,
yeah. They had gone a slightly different route with it, like with the food system and with the damage system and stuff like that, that I just did not like it.
It's New Vegas.
I liked it okay. Like,
Yeah,
it was never
yeah.
a favorite game of mine. It was
That's why-
okay up
yeah,
until
I like the
it
option.
screwed me over.
Yeah.
I'd like the option in New Vegas. It was the first time that I had the option of modding weapons. Like, I want to scope on this one and stuff like this. I kind of liked that aspect of things. I didn't like the aspect of I'm shooting my gun and it's breaking on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just annoyed
Yeah.
the hell out of me.
And like I said, the other game that
Well, I mean, to be fair, there was a repair damage system to weapons
yeah,
in
no,
3.
I understand that. It's just, to me, it's
yeah, I think New Vegas was worse.
I agree.
The speed in which the equipment damaged and broke
Yeah.
was far too excessive.
Yeah.
Even in 76, as far as I'm concerned, it's far too excessive.
Yeah. See, my biggest problem with
76 has got its own problems.
New Vegas is, like I said, I liked it okay. I was playing it, I was going through it, and then the game glitched on me and completely screwed me over. I fell down a hole and I couldn't.
Arguably
try to
speaking,
reload
though,
and-
it's a Fallout game. What is it without glitches? They've all got them.
Yeah, but this totally screwed me over. I would have to start over, and I just couldn't do
Hi.
it. Yeah, it sucks to be you.
Yeah,
No, 76. Yeah, I know. But no, I couldn't do it.
Just for people know why I'm talking is my highest level character got corrupted when my Xbox crashed. It tried to download and it kept getting corrupted, so the fact that I couldn't download my highest level character and I ended up having to delete it, so I lost everything, just made my day.
But no, that was like I said, I didn't hate New Vegas. It felt
It was definitely the weaker of the
yeah.
the newer series, like ever since, like, for 3
When they broke
New
into
Vegas.
3D.
Yeah.
The other game that I did I actually make a list of games that, no, I don't think I did. So this is now me trying to come up with spoilers, or not really spoilers, I guess, peek behind the curtain. Sometimes I'll actually write this down on my phone so I actually know what games I'm actually going to be talking about. I don't think I did this for this one because, I'm smart. But I'm trying to think about any of the other games because I thought of one of them and then it's now gone. But no, I've always hated games that were like that, like with Destiny and like Borderlands, in which you're playing a game, your character, and he's like level 50. You go up against a level 2, and the level 2 is actually somehow able to hurt you.
Yeah.
But if it was the reverse way, the level 50 would freaking rinse you in a second.
Yep.
Like, and you do no damage to his health at all. Because I remember actually in Borderlands 2, there's a guy just off... Or no, Borderlands 1, sorry. There's a guy just off to the side. And if you actually... you can kind of cheese him, where you can kind of shoot him a little bit. And if you're close enough level to him, he won't come out. He won't kill you. But if you're not, you're doing nothing to him. And he's just absorbing the damage.
Yep.
Yeah, but then again, you're talking game logic. Like, game logic is, I've got this missile launcher or whatever. Oh, here's a half-broken door that I can't get through.
Yep.
Because it's locked.
Yep.
I can summon these massive titans, like for Titanfall. Oh, here's a locked door. I got a freaking titan. Your door ain't gonna stand. It's stuff like, it's the logic of that.
Anti-Titan material. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, I talking about that sort of logic is like picking locks or hacking computers. I don't like it when it's, to be able to even attempt to hack this computer, you have to have this certain perk or skill card or whatever.
Up to a certain
To
rank.
me,
Yeah.
that annoys me. Like, if it doesn't... locks in the real world don't have this is a Mastercraft lock, don't even bother, try.
Actually, it's not, don't even try. But there is actually locks out there that are grading system for locks.
I know that, but it's not something that you can see right on the lock.
I think the idea behind it is the fact that it's... I know I'm just kind of defending them, but it's playing devil's advocate here. It's kind of... Your character sees that lock and goes, "Ooh, yeah, I could never get that lock. Why even try? It's just going to waste my time."
Yeah, but I
guess
got
that's
good enough at a lot of the lock-picking systems in the games. Admittedly, this is a game, that it didn't really matter how difficult it was. It was just and I was getting it done. I liked that because I could then focus my points and the skills and perks and whatever on other things I needed. it doesn't make sense to me to force me because, like, but then again, I'm also one of those like, oh, the door's locked. I got a shotgun. I'm just gonna shoot the lock.
Yeah.
So
or I got this axe. Can't I cut the axe? Why can't I cut the door?
Yeah.
I think there is probably a couple of games that do that, but I think the biggest problem is the fact that a lot of people just would start going ham on the entire building, and the games don't really want you to go ham on the entire building.
Well, no, I can kind of understand by her aspect. I mean, it's like this, and I understand it's part of game design, but
it would be very cool.
It's
actually what I'm kind of hoping that I know that this sounds weird, but I'm really actually hoping that Cyberpunk is actually what we're talking about.
I remember you mentioning in one of the other videos, but like
because they allow you to shoot through walls and stuff like that. So maybe they'll actually allow you to actually do some minor demolitions, which would be kind of cool.
One of the things that's always ticked me off about open world games. I'm wandering around. Here's this random structure. Oh, the doors are boarded over. There's broken windows, and it's like, why can't I take the boards down and go through the window?
Well, it's like
you've got this hole in the roof. Why can't I go up, climb the side of the house, and go through the hole in the roof?
There's some rubble.
Like, I want to go in there.
There's some rubble that's only like shin high.
I wouldn't care if they just gave me a generic repeat, maybe one of a half a dozen different designs they put it. But I'm sorry, if there's a random ass structure somewhere out there and it's any sort of survival game, unless the building is collapsed in on itself, there's shit in there that I'm going to want. I'm quite honestly a loot whore.
Yeah.
If I can pick it up, I'm taking it. If I can't pick it up, I'm bitching about why can't I take it apart to take it.
One of the other games that I disliked, but I think this is because I think I figured out halfway through the game the story of the game, and then it kept just repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. It felt to me, and I was like, well, I already understand the story. Why do you keep repeating it to me? And then I stopped paying attention. It was back in the day where I also didn't really like to read, so the fact that I was reading it and then it kept repeating itself felt aggravating to me. And then I got to a certain point that I just stopped reading, and then by the end of it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. Which is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, no, it's...
I want to play Final Fantasy VII again because of the fact that I want to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I like the Matera system in 7. I like the junction system in 8. Oh god, I hated that sphere grid system.
10?
I liked 10. Yeah.
I like
the sphere grid.
Storyline aspect of 10 and everything else. I just felt the sphere grid system was a little too...
I didn't really care for...
but I think that's more along the lines
Well, no, I wasn't going to say 8. Actually, I was going to say 10 too. The dress sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dress sphere is actually rather...
I didn't care for that.
I kind of enjoyed it, but it's... Once you had an alchemist and a couple of like Beastmasters, I think it is, the game pretty much ran on auto.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were going to say 8 because you said it before.
I have said 8 before. Like, I want to play it, but I have to have a guide, like a strategy guide,
13.
which I do have, telling me, what I have to draw from who and where.
Well, with 8,
I was never fond of the draw system.
With 8, I want to actually play it again, because when it comes on Game Pass, and when it comes on Game Pass, when I play it again, I'm pretty much going to stay in the first area until I'm a stupidly high level. I
can't grind like that.
I can't either, normally, but I got Tammy to do it once, and it was freaking hilarious because Tammy, I got convinced.
You hit once per area?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
There's a spider. She actually one-hit the spider next.
You're talking the mechanical spider.
Yeah. She one-hit that thing.
For the CD exam, you get bonus points. This is, for those who may not know, to get the highest rank in the CD exam you can, it's whatever time you select. If you want to get the highest rank, you need to select the lowest amount of time.
Yeah.
And you need to cut it as close as possible to that time limit without going over.
Which is why you generally just hang out right outside the area.
The mechanical spider you're talking about, you can actually destroy that spider.
I think she did.
It doesn't make sense afterwards you destroy it, because then it still chases you through the city in the animatics.
I'm pretty sure she did. That's how much damage she did to the freaking thing.
But there's only one location you can do it. You can only destroy it on that bridge.
Yeah, well, every single time it came up to her, she hit it, it died, and she walked on.
Well, I'm talking permanently.
Yeah,
and you encounter it several times in that sequence area.
What I'm trying to say is the fact that if it had attacked her on the bridge, she would have hit it once. It would have been dead. That's just how strong she had gotten.
I can't grind like that.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, I used to be able to. Nowadays, no.
Any other games that you can think of?
Disappointing for me was Titanfall. I actually honestly seriously expected a single player campaign, and a decent one at that.
Titanfall 2.
And I'm talking Titanfall 1.
No, I'm telling you.
And I went into Titanfall, and then I basically found out it's a PvP versus game, and it just...
Well, the weird thing
thing
about 1 is the fact that, if I understand it correctly, is a PvP/E game with the story actually attached to that. As you continue through your story, you're facing random people. But if you actually just want it, just ignore 1 and play 2. 2 is exactly... They fixed all of it.
The problem I had with that is, yes, the story is linked to the PvP battles. But it didn't matter what the results of the PvP battle was. The story stayed the same. The results were locked. You could go in and completely cream the opposition, and yet somehow they managed to chase everybody off, so they had to flee. And it's like, why did you even bother hooking the storyline to it if you're not even going to use the results of the match for the story?
I think the idea was the fact that then you'd always have the same thing, but yeah, even if you sucked. But no, I understand that they failed at it. I'm getting that. I'm not arguing that. Just again,
Titanfall was one of those that I installed, played for probably all of 20 minutes, and went uninstalled. I've never touched it since.
I first played it. The only time I've ever played it is at a mutual friend of ours. He really loves the game, or really loved the game, and I played it. It's like,
Number 2 was, like I said, if you ever want to, number 2 is actually much better.
I own 2. I thought it was pretty good too. I just didn't have the time to really get into it.
Yeah.
So it was more a time constraint, so I got nothing really bad to say about 2.
Trying to think of other games. There's probably lots of games that are out there.
One game I didn't care for.
Yeah.
And I know it's actually a fairly popular, somewhat game. It's called Dragon Knight. I don't know if
Never even heard of it.
No. Do you guys know who Don Bluth is?
Nope.
He's an animator from, I want to say, the 90s. He did the Fievel movies and things like that.
Okay.
Anyway, it was something he did, and it was supposed to be really popular, and I just not something I could get into.
Hey. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Other things that disappointed for games.
I can't really think of any games that I don't really like.
I've heard you guys mention it in the previous in a previous broadcast, but Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
I thought, I honestly, the looks are beautiful. I love the characters. Some of their interactions are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But the worlds are a little too small. They're too small. There's not enough to explore. There's not enough to do on each world to make the world seem... I got the sense that all these things, you might as well just stack them next to each other and stuck them all on one planet. And it's just countries. They're just not enough there.
Yeah, I think there was 6, 7 areas that you went to?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I didn't get that far.
Oh, okay.
I made it to I made it off the first planet.
Okay.
And then I stopped playing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad game, but yeah, no, it just... I felt that there was just not enough there, and then having your character... I actually, being completionist that I completed everything on my first go-round, and the last 3 areas, I was already max level.
Yeah.
getting no experience.
I honestly think the issue was they had the storyline there. You mean the storyline to me was pretty decent for what I played.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's all they had. They didn't really have that side questing. They didn't really have all the optional stuff that was...
No, they did. The problem was the fact that a lot of the side quests, it made the main quest easier. For example, there's actually a couple side quests that you can do for a couple different people, which again, I did. If you do all the side quests first on one of the planets, you actually stop a civil war. It's one the fishing planet. The one that's like smells like fish when you first walk onto it. It's where you get your last person. I don't know why he's listening to my podcast while we're watching a podcast. Jeez, man. But anyway, it's got like it's the one that you have to actually like get a passcode to land on, so they don't shoot you out the sky.
Yeah, I remember. I remember watching.
I know you haven't got even close to that, but when you actually go through it, if you actually do a bunch of the actual side quests, when you actually get up together, the one girl likes you more because you've actually done things for her and helped her. The other guy likes you because you've done things for that, and they'll listen to you. And when you talk to them and stuff like that, you can actually convince them to do like join together instead of actually creating a civil war. Instead of fighting at the end. So that's cool and stuff like that. Yeah. But the fact that it's like so that all the places had like 2 or 3 ways to solve one problem, but I felt that at the end it was always the same solution. You always got the problem fixed either one way or another.
It's either party A is going to win, party B is going to win, or they're going to cooperate and form party C.
Well, like going with the first planet, because you've actually done the first planet, Chris, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. You either join with the corporation, you join with the refugees, or you kill them both.
See, that's funny, because that thought never actually crossed my mind. Killing them both.
No, actually, that never crossed my mind.
Well, because you don't have to kill them both, honestly. Because once you
don't have to kill the first guy you come across, but I do.
Yeah, I didn't. But no, with those 2 people, you basically, since we're going with that, but the end goal is still the same. You get your power core, and you get off planet.
Yeah. No, that actually sparked just a thought to me of a game mechanic that just really pisses me off every time I encounter it. I'm in the middle of nowhere. There is this one person there. I kill them. How in the hell do I now have a bounty? Nobody saw me do it. Nobody knows I did it. Where are these magical invisible people that are going and tattling to the cops so that I can turn around and kill them?
Satellites. They're watching your every move. Big Brother is watching.
I'm sorry. Where in the hell are these satellites in places like Skyrim? I mean, I have to be paranoid about chickens.
Yeah, I know, right? I was just thinking that. You can't... I mean, to be fair, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time made me paranoid of chickens in games.
Isn't that the one where if you keep annoying the chickens...
keep messing with the chickens, they will swarm you and hurt you.
Any Zelda game, if you fuck with the chickens, they will fuck you up. I've watched people play the Game Boy version of, Link to the Past, I think it was. And literally, he attacks one of the chickens by accident, and just a swarm of chickens comes across your screen. They've always been like that. It
takes a few hits, but yeah, even in Link to the Past.
So it's always been like that. It's just
that's always been one mechanic that just drives me nuts. Like, it's one thing if I attack this person or whatever. Okay, somebody sees me. Okay, now they've run off. I've now got a bounty. Okay, makes sense. If they're the only person there and I kill them, who's reporting for my bounty? Remove the bounty.
Yeah, well, you also have to think about the concept that in certain games like that, on game mechanics, is, being stealth, shooting a guy in the head, him not dying, him looking around.
I must have imagined it.
Must have been the wind or something like that. But it's also one thing of, how in the hell do they know this item's stolen?
Yeah.
Okay, I stole it. Nobody saw me because I didn't get any bounty for it whatsoever. How in that? What is physically on it marking it as a stolen item?
Well, it says stolen all over it.
Yeah, with the must have been the wind one. A guy that one of the YouTube channels that I was watching had shown that picture of that and was like, you should name your character the Wind.
That would actually be freaking hilarious.
Because then,
I'm gonna have to go and do that.
You actually kill the person.
My next Skyrim, because I'm a stealth bower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to name him the Wind.
It's funny. I know one thing that my sister-in-law likes to do for games is for like RPGs and stuff. She'll name her character Dude. So it's like, dude, pick up the sword, dude, and things like that.
I remember used to naming my characters weird, random insults and stuff like this, and then Fallout 4 came out.
Yep.
And they turned around. They actually went through and voice acted a bunch of these names that were the more common ones. And I thought it was hilarious, some of the reactions that I heard when someone realized that, yes, no, Codworth is actually going to say these words. And, like, there's a parent in the room or something like that. And they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, no. Otherwise, I can't really think of any games that I really disliked or was disappointed in.
Other games, but I can't think of them at this moment.
Yeah.
So,
most of my disliked games, it's I play them, they either annoy me for some reason mechanic-wise, or I just can't get into them, and then I just end up deleting them and forgetting about them.
So, we're going to... Sorry, bump to the table. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this video here. I forgot to do it in the last video because I'm awful, and, But in this one, comment below if you have a game that you didn't like or something that you didn't like about a game. That way we can kind of, talk to you about that in a different video.
Do you want them to comment if topic ideas for something they want to hear us
more or less,
discuss?
Yeah, that's what kind of...
Any ideas that you have, anything you want us to talk about.
But yes, so we can do that.
Bye.
We'll
see you next time.
Surf's up, dude.
What?